Good morning, everyone. How are you? Boy, I'm on a good pace today. I already went to the storage unit. That is almost done. By the end of next week, I will have the storage unit emptied, one of the storage units emptied, and then I am going to do a video for you guys to show you what this looks like. Now, I can kind of give you a brief preview of that. Let me see if I can do that. We have a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of things that, something. I went to the storage unit, and I like this game. I like this game a lot. I like it. It has that Assassin's Creed feel, only really good rules, and they put this thing in here, and they give you these cardboard buildings. Well, how do you put them back in the box like this? You don't. Okay? So what I did is I put it in a container. I emptied out this box, and that's the end of that. So there you go. Sorry, I was just emptying that out while I was here. Dennis Heinen. If he gives me a call, if he writes me, I found some more SPQR stuff. It's a lot of good stuff. Probably about $100 worth of stuff. If he pays for shipping and gives me $10-15, I'd be more than happy to send it to him. So if he sees this, which I doubt he will, I'll have to email him. I'll get that out to him. What else did I have? Okay, so I was going to kind of show you what the heck is going on. How are you, Dawn? All right. Let's see if the above cam. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, as you can see, we're getting ready to do some League of Dungeoneer. But if you really look, this place is just... I see I put the other storage thing there. Yeah, we're going up to the ceiling there. Then I'm surrounded here. But it doesn't do it justice. I'm sorry I'm making everybody dizzy. But, hey, that's the way it goes here. All right. Gramtastic, good to see you. Good morning, Rob, and everyone else. Bojan, how are you? This is the first time I'm hearing that about that UPS strike. Well, I have it on good notion, and that they're in negotiations, okay, and that a strike could happen, okay. That is why I am not. It's looming. All right. The last strike was in the 90s. They're going to meet at the table one more time, from what I understand. Okay. If not, anywhere from August 3rd to maybe the 7th, there could be a strike. Now, what does that mean? That means they get out of the truck, and if you have stuff in transit, guess what? Okay. It's sitting in a warehouse. If you ordered food, if you ordered this, now I know what you're saying. How about if I just go, you can let her out. Come on, girl. Get under here. Oh, now it's the two of you. Let's go. Everybody, just settle down. Let's do this. Let me turn on the little fan for him here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, Bill? There you go. Sorry about that. So what does this mean? Well, essentially, it means that if you have a package, if you ordered something through UPS, it's going to stop wherever it is. And you don't want that to happen, because that's where things start to pile up. If this thing goes for even 3 days, remember, UPS carries close to 40% of the nation's, and worldwide, 40% of all packages go through UPS. So you're saying, well, I'll just use FedEx or the United States Postal Service or your local postal service. Well, what do you think everybody else is thinking? That's going to overload that, and prices are going to rise. I'm telling you right now. Shipping costs are going to rise. And if this goes to a strike, even for a week to 2 weeks before they can settle this, because it'll be devastating. And this is a possibility, okay, that I'm not willing to take a chance on with people's stuff. Where are you going? Do you want to go inside? Excuse me, folks. The typical Sunday morning garbage. Then get inside and stay inside. I don't want to see you back out here. Go. Go. All right. I didn't mean to break this up mid-sentence. So, should this go to that point, okay, it's going to overload the other systems, okay, which means more mistakes, okay. It's going, you know, they could promise you the world, but this happened back in the 90s and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster, okay. Look it up. Look it up. Oh, your YouTube is not receiving enough video. Oh. All right, I'm not worried about it because I'm just talking. It's because the sun hits a certain way and sometimes messes things up. But the thing that it really comes down to is you may be at GenCon, okay? And there's a possibility that this might happen, okay? Because they're estimating around the first week or so of August, okay? If it even goes for a week, even if it goes for a few days, it's going to take so much time to clear this up. Okay? If you mail out a package in the beginning of August, you may not see it till September. So that's one of the reasons that today I was supposed to do part 2 of the auction. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that until this. I feel that this is resolved, or they sign whatever agreement and they get things done. Because if they decide to strike and your packages are out there, I'm going to feel real guilty. Especially when you pay good money for stuff. So I'd rather wait till everything's over and then we'll do our final auction of all time. Okay? And God knows I need to do it with all this garbage here. The other thing is that you have to consider is, what if you're at GenCon? Okay, so that's how it affects me. Okay, it affects me getting in stuff from Miniature Market because I have some stuff on pre-order. Okay, yes, I do pay for stuff. I have stuff on pre-order that might release in August. So now maybe I don't see it till September. And that's where I'm kind of, oh God, please don't let this happen. But if you're going to GenCon and, you know, you're like how I do, okay? Oh, I got 4 bags. I took a plane here. How am I going to get all this stuff back? Well, I run over to the UPS store and send it home. Well, there's a good chance that that strike might happen or might start during GenCon. And that could be disastrous. Okay? Because now, say you send things out on a Thursday and they decide that strike on a Saturday, your stuff is caught frozen. The UPS pilots are in a different union, but also agreed to strike in support of the Teamsters union. There you go, Raja. There you go. And this is what I'm talking about. They'll be driving your stuff in a truck, and the minute it hits midnight, that truck will be pulled over on the side of the road and they'll get out. And meanwhile, your stuff could be sitting in a truck somewhere on Highway 57, somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Then what? Do you see where this becomes a disaster? Do you see where this becomes a real problem? How about people that are getting stuff into GenCon? Okay, that could be a big problem. Okay, a massive problem. Okay, how does that work out? Not so good. Not so good. So, you know, if you're going to GenCon, be smart in what you do. And I'm going to be showing you some things this week that you are going to want to see. And they're games that you don't expect that I think are going to be big hits of GenCon. We're going to talk about an old game like Castle Panic and its deluxe edition, and how that takes a game that is an 8 and takes it all the way to maybe a 9, a 9.5, because they've done something. They added miniatures. I'm going to show you it. Okay. Now, I don't have the deluxe edition, but they were nice enough, and I'm going to talk it up. Fireside Games have been fantastic. I wrote them about it. I said, listen, I'm not going to GenCon. I know that you are putting out these 2 fantastic editions They go, well, let's at least get the minis to you. And they got the miniatures to me. So I'm going to show those off this week, and we're going to talk a little bit about the deluxe edition that you're going to be able to get at GenCon. You could probably order it online for all I know. That is going to be one of my GenCon picks. Monster Pit, another game that I am absolutely thrilled about. We're going to talk about that over GenCon. Okay, you're going to want to get that. I've been talking about this for the last couple of days. These videos all go up this week. They all go up this week. My GenCon preview is tomorrow, and then you've got Everdale, the newest edition that comes out at GenCon. Monster Pit, Castle Panic, Tales from the Red Dragon Inn. Now, let me explain some other things here. Watch out for uninsured P&P on bigger orders if it happens, as you might get a rise in lost items. That is exactly what I just said a little while ago, Dean. And I saw that you just came in. How are you? Gerbach, how are you? Bojan, Gramtastic, Gary, good to see you. I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a ton of lost packages. And I don't want to take that chance and have your stuff be lost. So that's why we put off our auction. Okay? I think, and from the sources that I spoke with, it looks like this is going to happen. And if this happens, this is going to be a disaster. Okay? On epic proportions. You see, back when it happened back in the 90s, there wasn't as many people online shopping and shipping stuff. I mean, they were shipping stuff, but there wasn't as many people. You're talking almost 25 years later. The population's almost has exploded. Online shopping is bigger than... Look at all the malls. There are no malls. Normally, if you wanted something, you would go there. And the problem would be is if you go to a store to get it, well, it's not going to be there because UPS couldn't get it there. Okay, we're waiting for our shipment, and that's where that's going to hold you. That would hold you up back then. But now people online shop. There are a ton more packages, and these services are relied on. The Postal Service, FedEx, DHL, UPS. UPS controls 40%. 40% of all shipping. And if there is a strike, the economic and disaster that this will cause, okay, people will not be able to get their newest product. Remember, people are heading into that part of the season now where it is very important that they get their stores stocked up. And I'm just talking local stores. Okay? How are you going to... You can order stuff until the cows come home, but there's no place to ship it to. And you're going to have to wait. And people don't like to wait. God, you put money out for a Kickstarter, and you know it's going to be late. Even though you know it's going to be late, you still are impatient. Okay? How about stuff that you paid for and you expect within a few days, and it's a month late? You're going to be hot. You're going to be upset. So, kind of... And then you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. What is the cause for possible strike? I can't go into that stuff. I don't know enough, but I do know what is going on. People also won't be able to get other stuff delivered like medications, medical equipment. Yeah, that is absolutely devastating. I'm not just talking about the gaming industry. I'm talking about the food industry. I'm talking about, hey, do you want to be able to get things shipped a certain way? Well, imagine having to reroute all that stuff. How about paper towels and toilet paper? You thought it was bad during COVID? Well, it could happen again because of this. So the smart thing to do is kind of stock up right now. Kind of prepare yourself. All right? Think of the possibilities of the things that could be affected by this. Okay? A lot of the issue is working conditions. Those trucks have no AC. Yeah, down here in Florida when it's 100, and now with the way things, the summers are hotter, the winters are hotter. God, I'm looking here, man. I got a lot of junk, but I love it. What can I tell you? All right. Um, my son came in here and he goes, "Dad, this is kind of cool." I go, "Just this is not kind of cool, but I see what you're saying. I mean, you want to know what you have, you kind of got it all around you, behind you, to the side of you, under the table, on the other side here. Um, no AC in the South would be brutal, day in and day out. Yeah, I see these guys. They're tired. They're worn out. They really do. By the end of the day, and then they got to come up. They got to come up the up to my place, okay, barking dogs, cows, chickens, and everything else that we have, and dirt roads, and horrible weather conditions at times where it pours and floods out the street, and you still got to make your deliveries. Not an easy job, not an easy job. But when you start thinking about this, and you start thinking, geez, and especially around GenCon, okay, where, you'll have a place like Miniature Market. How does this hurt Miniature Market? Could be pretty substantial. You remember not too long ago when they were backed up with a ton of stuff, and that was just because they didn't know what the hell they were doing during the merger, or yeah, basically the merger, or the buyout. Okay, now you're going to add a shipping crisis to it. Okay, and stuff is still going to release, but what about all the stuff that's supposed to release during that time? You got a lot of big games that are supposed to come out, and now that's going to get pushed off because you're not going to see it on the sites. And how does that hurt the companies? Companies finally get this stuff in from China. Okay, now we can't get it out. This is our big time of the year. We want to showcase all this. Maybe those 30, 40 copies that they bring to Gen Con, they're going to be like gold. You're going to see them up on eBay. Oh, I'll use the postal service. I'll get it to you. I wouldn't trust the doggone thing. So this, I think, if this happens, it's a big impact to one of the biggest conventions of the year, because that is the showcase of the immortals. Okay, the things that everybody's waiting for. Okay, and a lot of these small companies that are trying to dig out from this COVID, the last couple of years, that are hanging on by a thread, and now you have this. A lot of them need a hit. Not a lot of them need to sell games. How about when they try to get their stuff out if they don't use a particular trucking service? Okay, how does that work? What if they did use UPS? I've got a UPS account. Come pick up all my stuff and get it back to my warehouse. And you have to go business as usual. I mean, you have to keep on going until you can't. Full-time employees demand, i.e. truck drivers, I'm reading this from Raja, have been full-time employee demands have been agreed to currently the part-time employees, i.e. people who load the trucks. They are trying to cut their yearly raise from $1 an hour to 30 cents an hour. Ouch. Hopefully calm heads will prevail. They're going to sit down one more time before this. And if not, this strike will happen. Now, when and I guarantee you the government will get involved in some fashion. Okay? I mean, they have to. This will be absolutely devastating. And I'm sure the president is aware of this, and his people will do what they have to do. Okay, it's not about who you believe in or whatnot. You know, you got to put faith, a little bit of faith in the government, because this goes beyond party lines. This goes beyond. This goes to, hey, we've got to figure this out. Okay, and you know they need to get in there and handle it, and I think they will. Um, I wouldn't care if a Republican or a Democrat or an independent was in there. They would do the smart thing and get in there and kind of head this up, because they would see the disaster what this would cause to an already fragile economy, not just here but worldwide. You know, think about the ramifications of this. This isn't just about board games, which it's you know, I'm bringing this up because if you are going to GenCon, you better think it through. You better make sure that you know you pick and buy the things that you can carry either on a plane or stuff in your car. If you drive there, hey, load that car up, bro. Load it up. You're good. All right, you got a small suitcase, big space in the back. That's the way I would do it. Shit, I'd have a friggin' backpack like I do when I go. I remember the Gen Cons, every time I would go, every day I was at that UPS place sending stuff out. Unfortunately, nobody picked up that's the way I would do it. They would wait till the end when they go, oh, I don't have enough to put in my car, or this, I need to ship this out. And they would do it either inside Gen Con, but there was a place down the road around the corner. It was about 2 to 3 block walk, but I would carry those big bags. And I remember my friend Pierre would help me one year. I had Lance help me another year, and we went and we loaded up those boxes and we sent them all home. And you can see those videos. You can see all the boxes that finally got there. But yeah, you could take an extra empty suitcase. I've seen people do that too. But now you got to be picky on the games that you take. So I would ship everything home, and only 1 year did I ever carry something home. What the heck did I carry home? It was from Chip Theory Games. I think it was Undertow. I carried it home and I read it on the plane because I was so excited about it. I go, I'm going to carry this one home. And I was like panicking, carrying it. Are they going to give me a hard time over this? It's nice most airlines don't charge active duty Army for luggage. Yeah, that's good. But also, what about normal people? What about civilians? I mean, they deserve a chance to get that home. I hope GHQ and Talon Games are going to keep going in the healthy state that they are, as they are my two favorite American wargaming companies. As someone from England, they're very good, very, very good. I remember those videos of what you shipped home from conventions. They were always exciting to watch. Yeah, I'm going to do one more convention before I say no more conventions. I could promise that. Oh, God, I got going. What time is it? 9 o'clock now. I got going at 6 o'clock. I got to every Sunday morning. I go get the paper for my mother-in-law, and I go get her 3 lottery tickets. Okay, so I stop at Publix. So I grab myself a power bar and an energy drink, C4. Then from there, I went to the storage unit, loaded up the car, started cleaning that up. I mean, the end is in sight. I mean, I think I got about a rack and a half left, and man, I just, and that's only one storage unit, and I didn't even realize half the stuff I have. And I'm kind of excited because it kind of breathes some life back into the channel a bit, going, boy, that's going to be fun. That's in the wrapper. I never opened that up. Hey, that's going to be fun. I never opened that up. Hey, that's, and I get excited because I don't realize what I have, and it's gluttony in a lot of ways, and I'm ashamed of myself. But with that said, I was looking at the hunter and the hunted. Okay. I am ashamed of myself because, there's a lot of people that don't have things. And I really feel, the play the stuff you got, and I have enough to play. I don't need to bring in a ton of new stuff. Listen, I'm here to help people. I really am. We did Brutal Space, which really killed me. And I'm going to talk about this because the guy sent the book, and a nice guy, and he wrote me back, and I said, hey, I did the video for it. I'm sorry, it took a, usually I would have had it done probably about a week or two earlier. But there's been so much stuff and so much going on. We had my granddaughter's birthday party. We had a lot of things going on with the cows and the bulls. And I'm going to talk more about that in a minute, but I want to tell this story. And I always take a lot of pride in trying to help people that need help. I have one more, independent video to do, and that's for this card game. And I hope they'll forgive me, but they didn't send the rules with it. So I've got to try to write them and get a hold of them. It's called Pocket Samurai. So I do want to show that off. I don't expect those to get a lot of views and stuff like that, but I take a lot of pride to take a look at things that people won't take a look at. There's a lot of people, and we did a little video earlier this week about the federal government putting through and saying, hey, oh, by the way, you need to disclose whether it's paid or free games, which I pretty much do because I've never been paid to do a game. And if somebody sends me something, I say, oh yeah, my buddy sent me something, or so forth and so on. But I try to get these independent people to get it over to me. I don't charge them anything, and I try to show it off for them. So I did this for this guy, and we'll get back to the UPS thing in a minute. I just got to tell the story. And I wrote the guy, here's the video. I like the game, so forth and so on. I thought it was kind of cool. I think it's a nice little alternative to have some kind of solo rules for space combat, because I've got tons of ships like you wouldn't believe. So I get back, he goes, yeah, I saw you did the video, and you don't realize how important it is for independent people like ourselves to have somebody make a video like this. And we need it more than the bigger companies. Yeah, I agree. I'll read your comments in a minute. I'm sorry. Boy, I should have had Helen come on today. I read your I said, yeah, I get that. And then on the bottom, he said, it seemed like you really enjoyed it, that the way you liked it seemed genuine. So yeah, thanks a lot. And I sat there and I read this because my wife and I we were actually eating something, because I was making sure that everybody knew that everything goes out tomorrow, and I'm rushing. I've got everything all packed, and I got to get everything out from the whatchamacallit. And actually we had dropped stuff off at Dawn's. So we've got only four things to ship out tomorrow. So I want to make sure I get that done tomorrow, so it gets the people before this thing goes down. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm going, wait a minute. Is that a shot at me? So I wrote back to the guy and I said, hey, not for anything. I go, if I didn't like this game, I wouldn't have put this up on my channel. I go, I take a lot of pride and I have a lot of honor. Okay? And I really believe that, something, if I'm going to do something and I'm going to say I like it, I'm telling you I like it because I genuinely like it. Okay? Not because I'm trying to help a small publisher. I'm doing this because I think my people would like it, or else I wouldn't do it at all. And it's not that I got chippy, but I kind of said it straight. I said, listen, I'm somebody that I've got a lot of pride and a lot of honor in my heart, and I will always do the right thing. If I don't like this, I'm going to tell people I don't like it. All right? If I got paid to do this, I'm going to tell you I got paid for it, because what does it matter? Do you go, well, he got paid for this. I don't want to follow it. Okay, that's fine with me. Oh, he got this for free. Is he telling the truth? I'm telling you, I'm telling him the truth. If I think it's shit, I'm going to tell you it's shit. It's plain and simple. So, I thought that one was a little different, but I wrote him back and I made sure he knows. Hey, I really like this. I plan on using it and plan on doing maybe another video on it. You know, I don't tell you stuff that I don't believe. And that I'm going to stick to. All right, let's read some of these comments. Oh, Rob, looking good, brother. Thank you, Chris. How are you? Mr. Chris Bartless. Another friend, has a company. He sent me stuff. I review stuff for him all the time. Why? Chris is a good guy. And I like his stuff. If something stinks, I'm going to tell you it stinks. Alexis, have you ever been to Spiel Essen in Germany? No, because I really kind of felt that it fit the channel. It's majority of Euro games, and this really isn't a Euro game channel. Now, let me expand upon that. Okay? I have changed the way I look at things. And I'm playing a lot of different stuff that has a Euro feel, and I'm enjoying myself. So I'm kind of expanding myself. Would Spiel fit? Yes, I would love to go to Essen, but do I have time? Who knows? I love OG power bars. Cool, says Jason. Raja, have a great day. Gotta go. Was good to hear someone bringing attention to the possibility of the strike. I hadn't seen anyone else talking about it. Well, you know something? Because it concerns you guys. People that mean something. You think I turned this on because I think I'm gonna make $100 million? I got news for you. I make dog shit, okay, doing this, okay? Why do I do it? Because it's personal to me. I enjoy it. It means something to me, okay? Do I get a little YouTube money? Sure do. Do people send me stuff? They sure do. Do people ignore me? They sure do. Do a lot of people watch this? No. Do I care? No. Okay? I have a wife. Okay? I don't wheel her out here and say, oh, we can't do anything without each other. Well, sure. I'm doing this without her. And if she wanted to, she'd be here. But you want to know something? I don't need to wheel my wife out here for views and clicks. All right? She's a lot better to look at than I am. Okay? All right? And believe me, some of the people I've seen, they should take the hook out of their mouths and throw them back. Okay? Meaning the wives with the husbands. Maybe my wife should do that. And, you know, hey, I outkicked my coverage. I'm happy about it. But I don't need to she comes on here once a year. Usually around the holiday time. Because she's about 6 inches off the ground. I do it because, because number one, I like to pull back the curtain a little bit. My grandkids, I show them off every once in a while. The boy, he comes on, plays every once in a while. Because that's about the only time that we have with everything with the farm and everything else going on. That's life, okay? But I'm telling you right now, okay? I do this because I care about the people, and that's why I'm talking about this, because it's going to affect you. A lot of you are going to that convention, okay? They're going to probably get close to 100,000 people there. Okay, and then you're going to send stuff, and then you're going to have a problem. I wonder how Chris deals with it, because this is interesting, because he's going to be at GenCon, definitely, with his stuff. How's he getting his stuff there and back? Okay, because this strike can happen during the time that he's there at GenCon. Is this going to be a problem for him? Does he have issues, or is he using a different shipping agency? Okay. It's all interesting questions. Bojan, I would probably die happy in your storage unit. Maybe. or be overwhelmed like I've been. Mark Morrison, my work ships around 100 boxes per day with UPS and 10 to 20 with FedEx. We are getting geared up to ship all FedEx. Do you see what I'm saying? Now you add 100 more packages onto FedEx. Okay, are they going to be able to handle this? No. Christopher Barless, never be ashamed of Epic Games. No, how could you? Dean, heard Spiel Essen is great. That city is famous for its toy making and so on historically, I think. I believe that. Chris Barless, that's it. I'm sending you more stuff. Send it, bro. Send it. I'll cover it. Chris Barless, yes, Essen Spiel is great. No games to play. They're only demos, though. Okay. He retracted a message. Dean, okay. So more of a trade fair than a salute then. Okay. Rob's helped me countless times because he's the best channel. I'm not the best channel, but, you know. I try to be good people. I mean, that's all you can be. I mean, I'm very unprofessional. Chris Bartlett. Yes, Dean, it is gigantic. The biggest you'll see games you've never seen before. Yeah, I was wondering why. Okay, so they're talking back and forth. Brian, I've never worried you were feeding us lies. We all appreciate channels like yours, and there's more. I'm not the only one. I'm not standing on a soapbox going, "Follow me because I'm the only one." No, there's a lot of good, legitimate channels out there. I don't have to go into it, but I do talk about a lot of great channels out there. Okay, Chris is still going. Rob is the most honest guy there is in Tabletop. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but thank you. When Rob spoke about Ground Zero Games, I could tell right away it was not all about the hard sell. No, I love that company. It means something to me. I remember we got hit with a blizzard. This was in Connecticut. And, oh God, what were we playing? Oh God, the ground game. Oh God, not Full Thrust. Stargrunt. And we had that, and my wife was cooking upstairs, and there was a blizzard. It was me and my son. Yeah, it was just me and my son, and we were going at it. And we sat down there for about 8 hours. Then we went and played some video games. Then we watched. I put some more logs on the fire, and then we watched movies. We had such a great day during such a terrible, terrible blizzard. And boy, my wife, she sit there with that back in the 90s, she used to wear a big bow in the back of her hair. And I always remember that. It's always meant something to me. Bella, lay down. Lay down. Ugh. And she would lay there. And then she would have this big bow. And you walk in the kitchen, all you see this big bow just bouncing all around, making bacon and all that other stuff. Just a lot of fun. Now all the kids are all grown up, and we're old and we're tired. What can I tell you? Okay, let me just. Okay, yeah, but God, I love Ground Zero games. They mean a lot to me. Genuine to the core, just does it for the love of games and people. Yeah, I really do. I do love games and I do love people. Do you prefer to paint some minis more than playing a game? Lately, I would just rather do some painting. I think if there is a game, and something, I'm going to talk about this in Tales from the Dragon Inn, and I want to make this clear. And I painted all their minis. Here, let me. I didn't finish them yet, but the first day I got this game and I read the game and I found out what it was. Hold on, let me find out. Okay, whoa. Okay, there we go. So, I got this, and of course it's not going to focus in, but I painted all their minis. Okay, just to let you know. So, the funny thing about it is that I got the game, and the game got me so excited, I wanted to paint the minis so I can play the game. All right? The other thing I really like, and I'm going to be real honest with you, and I'm finding this to be a thing. The heroes are miniatures, and the rest of it are standees. And I was kind of like, I really like this. People have been doing this more and more. You can feel and get behind your character because you have a miniature. But I don't need all the baddies to be all miniatures. Maybe if you made the big boss a miniature and the rest of it standees. I'm kind of like, I get the feel that this is my character. I painted my character the way I wanted to paint my character. I'm behind my character and I feel the thematic of that character. I'm not worried about all the villains I kill. But maybe the boss, you want to do that? Okay. You want to put a boss mini in there? I can do that. What are you doing, girl? All right, do you want to go in too? Oh, who's coming in?
It's me.
All right, hey, can you let Bella in? Go ahead, girl.
Come on, Bella.
Go ahead, Bella. They want to stay in out here, and then they want to go. And I think it's a cheaper option, and it's better for more companies, And I'm finding, like this Tales from the Red Dragon Inn is a big sleeper hit at GenCon, and you're going to see that video, I believe Thursday or Friday, somewhere in there. You'll see what I'm talking about and why. Look it up because there are some great videos out there from some companies that got the prototype a year ago. I have the finished edition here, and mine's painted, so we'll be showing it off. So I really feel that you don't have to have 27 boxes of miniatures. Okay, you really don't, and that's the way I mean I really believe that. I think if people go that way, people will get behind it regardless. All right, so that answers that, BJ Zombie. Grahamtastic. Just heard a possibility of an upcoming Kickstarter for Secrets of the Lost Tomb. That's very true. It's a coin toss if I get to go to GenCon because of it. I work for UPS. Oh, serial killer. I'm sorry to hear that. I know you can't say much, but it's looking like that this is going to go down if they don't straighten this out in the next meeting, because this is the last meeting, I believe, and this can affect a lot of things, especially GenCon. Christopher said yes, tombs via Game Found soon. Sean Harris, thank you for bidding and everything like that. We're going to get your box out tomorrow. Thank you, Rob, for all you do. I am looking forward to more miniatures fun time. Yep, we got a lot coming for sure. Alexis, would you ever play a game with unpainted minis? The minis of my games are all unpainted. Never found time to paint them, but couldn't wait to play. Yeah, I played games with unpainted miniatures, and I don't have a problem with it. I just, for me, in this channel, when you start doing that, you get 900 things going. Well, how come the miniatures aren't painted? Well, how come the miniatures aren't painted? When are you going to paint the miniature? So if you try to show off a game with that, it really does make it tough. I usually try to get some heroes done, some of the villains that you're going to see in the first playthrough, and then if I get to the rest of it, I get to it, and that's kind of how it goes, and there you go. All right. So, wow, I answered everything. Along with Mini Route, I love the acrylic standees from Vagrant Song. I haven't gotten that game, but I have seen acrylic, and I really like the acrylic stuff. It really is nice. But excuse me, I had to take a drink there. So a lot of stuff going on. Very excited about it. Um, Everything, I'd hoped to do a whole bunch of things, but a lot of things are just getting pushed off because I've got to get this storage unit empty by the end of this month. Okay, I don't feel like getting hit with the new charge that goes in effect of $300, which is I just think absurd. So I want to take and get everything out and tell them to stick it right up their asses, sideways. Got all your Man U gear out today. Looking forward to this year's Northwest Derbies. Me too. Me too. Let's hope they have a better year. Speaking of which, okay, I have one bit of news and then we'll close this out. I've got a bunch of acrylic standees from Skinny Minis, and they're fantastic. They really are. I love the acrylic, and they feel like something. Yeah, I'm with you there, bro. I'm with you. There was something I had to say. Okay, I got to go up. Oh, okay. So, this is going to be the last vlog for a while. All right? Unless I have something to say, which means that the vlog's not dead. It'll probably be every week. But this is going to be the last one for a while. Because starting next Sunday, I'm breaking out my training ground, which I dug out, for Sabutio. We're bringing back Sabutio, and we are going to try to do that every Sunday. I'm going to try to do Sunday morning gaming, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to replace the vlog with Sunday morning gaming, and I think that'll be good. Maybe I can get the boy to play too, so who knows. Off to game with my daughter. She wants to play Root. Take care, all. Take it easy, Gramtastic. Wayne Krogler. Wayne, to be fair, I am a Liverpool guy. There's nothing wrong with that. But I do hope both teams beat up on City. Oh, I hate City. I hate City with such a passion. Bunch of cheating moes. And my doctor is a big Liverpool fan. And, we get along. Because there's a respect between those two teams. You hate each other, but there is a respect for the history of those two teams. This team the City is they're a bunch of mercenaries. They've cheated. They have bought out we know that FIFA is corrupt. I mean, let's be honest. And it's ridiculous. And I just despise what they stand for. They want to talk about what a great coach Pep is. He's not a great coach. He just gets the best players. And when you get the best players, heck, anybody can drive a Cadillac. But it takes a lot to drive a go-kart, okay? And get it to the place. But that's the way I feel. I respect teams that have been there, the Arsenals and stuff like that. Man U for life, brah. For sure, tired of all the oil money. Yeah, it's not so much if you have the money to buy it, because we did for years. Okay, we've had money to buy things, and the Glazers got to go. But that's a whole different story. We're on the downslide. We've been on the downslide, and I still stand by my team. I love my team. Okay, but when it's done wrong and it's covered up, that's when I have a problem, and that's why. Okay, you're gonna ruin one of the most traditional and beautiful leagues. All right, okay, that's why Sabutio, here we come. The Tiger will be back doing halftime reports. All the dumb things that I do. I get such a kick out of it, and I've been looking forward to doing it for a while. But over the last 2 years, first of all, being horribly sick, and number two, this move, which has been ungodly. I can tell you this much. We've got this down now, and we've got this figured out. So I'm pretty excited about it. we've got a lot to bring you, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy what I've got planned. So stick with me. I'm always up to something. I've got something in my hand, and you know, I feel bad for one. And I want to close this out with one last thing, is, you know, I've been promising to do a lot of playthroughs and stuff like that, and I just haven't been following through. And I want to tell you how sorry I am. I really, 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 really am. Very, 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 very sorry. It's very disheartening to me. I like to live by my word, and unfortunately, just it's been real tough here, and there is just always something going on, and it's taken up a lot of my time. With that said, you can't complain getting 6 to 7 videos a week from a one-man show. There's nobody here to help me. I just got Helen back to help just do the covers. Okay? I shoot my own stuff. I edit my own stuff. I upload my own stuff. Okay? I come up with my own content. Okay? I do my own playthroughs. Okay? I pay for my own equipment. Okay? I don't, everything I do is on my own. Okay? I don't have somebody oh, hey, we got 3 games in. Well, hand this off to Joe. He'll do a review on it. Okay? Hand this off to, some other guy. He'll do it, and then, we'll do this on Monday and Wednesday, and then yours will be Thursday and Saturday. Okay? Well, wow, we did 4 videos. No, I plan out my weeks, and I try to get as much content done. And what hurts is the live playthroughs, because I don't get because I'm reading rules or watching videos on rules to try to make sure I bring something to you that's very interesting. I'm trying to bring stuff in, make things interesting to you. Okay? Is it working? No. I'm losing people by the day. Do I care? No, because the people that are here are the people that care about this channel and want to watch this channel. And for me, that's all I need. That's all I need. Okay? I saw a video from some guy who was criticizing the Dice Tower thing. I've been going, and my channel has been promoting this and this, that, and the other, and he had about 1,000 people. And I'm like, dude, you haven't done a damn thing in this business. You haven't done a damn thing in this damn business. Okay? Get something underneath you. Get a little, get a little experience behind you. Just because you can make a YouTube channel and make a video doesn't make you a YouTube reviewer. Okay? There are legitimate good people that have put a lot of hard work into trying to grow their channels. Okay? It's not hard to make videos, but sitting there, trying to cultivate things, trying to do social media and this, that, and the other, it takes a long time to be successful. Just because you make a couple of videos doesn't mean that you should be getting free games and all this stuff. Okay? And I really feel that you need to pay your dues. You need to get hazed a little bit. This is a very unique business. But hey, I don't write the rules. I just do my thing, and that's all I can do. All right, listen. I've said it. I've said it all. All right? All right? You guys let me talk to you. You guys let me run my mouth for the last hour. Okay? I want to thank you so much. Now, I've got a couple more things I got to film here. All right? And then I've got to start doing my editing. And then I got to put up a fan for the Queen. That girl. And then I've got to go. I've got totes. You haven't even seen all the totes that I have out in the lanai that I have to go through, filled with micro armor, which we were going to put up for sale this week. I got all my micro armors going up for sale. If anybody's interested in micro armor and sees this and wants to talk to me offline about it, I can send you pictures of micro armor that'll make your head spin. Okay? Maybe we can make a deal. I can get it out to you before this stuff goes on. Listen, be smart. If you're going to GenCon, be aware of this possible strike. If you're going to order things through Miniature Market in the next couple of weeks, next week, be vigilant. Be smart. Keep your eyes open on things. Okay? Choose different options. Keep an eye on how this goes. Protect yourself. Do not lose stuff. We are going to wait as far as one more auction. We were supposed to do it today. We are going to wait until after we figure out what's going on, and hopefully they sign a deal and do what's right for UPS, and hopefully business stays as usual. That's my warning, folks. That's what I'm telling you. Be careful. Be smart. I know you're excited. You want to get a lot of things. There's a lot of fun stuff coming. Just be smart out there. So, my dear friends, as always, until next time, it's your old pal Rob saying we'll see you soon this week. We got a ton of content. I hope you enjoy it. Please watch it. Please enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, let me know. I'll try to do something else. Till next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody. And Jurgen Klopp is a good coach. What he did in Germany was amazing. So don't think I didn't see that, Alexis and Wayne. Okay? Very, very, very great coach. There you go. You gotta acknowledge it. He's a great, great coach. Let's hope he can bring Liverpool back this year, and maybe they spend some money, because it wasn't his fault they didn't spend any money. He needed players, and they did not get him players, and they fell behind, and that's what happens. Spend some money, you cheap Boston people. This is what happens when you get Americans involved. Stupid. Take it easy, everybody.